for the race. Turned right, damaged his
So,
car badly. Long story short, came back.
Alrighty, folks, getting ready to start here. A Fixed at Dover. It's a 60-lap race. I'm starting 11th in the number 12. Thanks for tuning in on youtube.com/c/John Theodore, and thank you to the live audience at twitch.tv/John A. Theodore. Here we go. Make sure that you don't spin the tires. Get into the third gear and short shift a little bit can sometimes help with that. Just want to single out getting into turn 1 and not do anything too crazy on the start. Got one closing right up behind us coming off 2 there. So high as the 14 kind of chopped our nose a little bit. Let that guy go by. Where did I settle out? 12th place. 12th in the number 12. Need to get after it to get some positions, but at the same time, don't want to wreck. 5 cars just blinking on the pace laps. We'll see if he gets it sorted out. Here's the, we're rolling now.
That was 24.2.
There are a few guys in here who hadn't done too many races during the week, so we'll see if they're able to keep the pace that they set in the hot lap, or if they start falling back. My guess is they'll be all right. Guys like, you know, Michael Guest, Parker Alexander, and stuff like that, they're good drivers.
24.2. That lap was 24.5. The guy behind has just done a 24.3.
Stu, thank you for the follow, man. Really appreciate that. Stu05 RFC. I'll try to catch new followers as I can while I'm racing, but obviously when I'm racing I can't really pay attention too much to chat or notifications over there. But if I miss anyone, I'll get you at the end for sure. Trying to run down Yusuf here and Yusuf and get back by him. The 19. He got a little wiggly coming off turn 4, so I picked up a freebie there. And then ran way wide through 1 and 2, so I lost ground to Troy in the 14. Try to get back up on the wheel and hunt down that top 10. Everyone's kind of singled out now. Things have settled down, so if I catch up to them, that's a really good time to start working on picking them off one at a time.
He did.
Dove it down a little bit too hard into turn 3 there. Looks like I got a decent run. Looks like I'm starting to close the gap in a little bit on these guys, these 2 that are up in front of me. 5, you're blinking a bit, man, just so you know. Blinkers always make me really nervous. Need to get a little bit lower if I want to run that low line. Get right down on it. Supposed to be better on tires and still pretty fast, so particularly on the long run. Got to be right on your marks to hook that up, though, because you don't want to step across that line and hit the apron. That'll upset the car mightily.
Thank you.
P11, that was 24.9. Good consistency. Keep them coming. The gap behind's increased to 0.5.
Gotta be careful not to grind my right front too much going down into these corners. Concrete is so slick. Nine tenths back from Troy.
That lap was at 25.0.
I feel like I've raced against him several times this week. That silver paint scheme looks, with the red lettering, looks pretty familiar.
You've just done a 25.1.
Pipe's blinking all over the place. It's not so much a problem when he's just running like that, but if anyone gets close to them. Hey, Perles. Talk non-stop. Yep, I know. Got to get back to that. All right. Stop watching chat, just talk. So hooking it back down to the bottom, coming off a 2. Gets a little squirrely. Got a little bit of cushion here. I'm a second in front of the next guy behind me and a second behind the guy in front. So I'd love to be on his bumper and trying to work on him, but at least we're in a relatively safe spot where we can log laps. If a caution comes out,
Times are pretty consistent.
you know, try to get a spot or two on pit road. This is kind of about where we should be running, though. As the number 12, I'm running in 11th. Can't be upset with that. Jake Goodwin's in the 10 behind us. And there's probably a couple other cars that are lower numbers than me that are behind us, too. Yeah, Parker Alexander's actually behind us, so he'll be coming. Try it. Let's see, that's what, 17 laps complete now. Pretty good little long green flag run. That's the cool thing about these higher splits is that you do often get good clean race and everyone kind of knows what they're doing. I wouldn't be wholly surprised if this thing ended up running green the whole way.
25.3.
It'd be impressive, but it wouldn't be a shock given the skill that's in this field. Just clipped the apron a little bit coming off too and had to get out of the gas. That cost me a couple tenths. It's those little mistakes like that that add up over the course of a run. That one thankfully didn't hurt too bad because I'm in this little pocket where I don't really have pressure out back. Nor am I super close to the guy in front.
1.1 seconds.
Good one's closing in a little bit.
That last lap was at 25.4.
1.2, 1.3. It's everyone's kind of running the same speeds right now in this group that I'm with. Field's kind of sorted out. It's like I always say, you kind of are what you are when it comes to the iRating. I'm about a 3,000 iRating driver, and I'm running right about where my number is in this race.
That lap was at 25.5.
You fall, and the reason I say that is, you know, on the long haul it averages out. If you have a bad run of races where you lose a bunch of iRating, you'll generally get it back, because if you're markedly faster than your number, that luck will swing back around and you'll be fine. Although also if you're fast, but you have a tendency of getting involved in wrecks, then that's going to be reflected in your iRating as well. Cy Oliver 100, thanks for the follow, man. Really appreciate it.
Goodwin is gaining on you. The gap's now 0.5.
Goodwin's definitely gaining on me. Got a little lazy with my line there and lost a few tenths all around. I may have run the tires off of it too. Try to adjust to a little bit higher line. That seems to do better when the tires have gone off a little bit. Get better angle coming off the corners. 14's running that higher line as well. Try to get that wheel squeal calmed down a little bit. Oh, there's the yellow.
Ooh, that was close.
Right about halfway here. No fuel, no tear off needed. Gonna get 4 tires, that's for darn sure. Yeah, Dover's really unforgiving.
Almost saved it there, 19.
Hence, how's it going, man?
P11.
Oh boy. Oh, that was Yusuf. That sucks.
The gap behind is now 0.4.
Parker's closed up right behind me. Going to practice Iowa. All right, man. Take her easy. Learn something. Come back. Report what you learned. I was able to run. What was it? I was able to get down into the 5s. So.
Engage limiter.
Yesterday in my test session, I was in the A car. All right, right on the 14. Let's see, we're looking for the number 12 stall. There it is. There's my sign.
P12.
Go down. Ah, too far back. There we go. That's not a great... Definitely not rolling the dice to stay out in this field. Maybe like way later in the race.
That's it, go!
Ah, it cost me 2 spots. Son of a gun.
All clear. Push now.
So that's going to drop me back to 14th. Up.
Alright, you're gonna have a couple rounds in 3.
Picked up 1 spot on the 3, so I should be starting on the inside in 13th spot, which will be good. 2 to green. Wonder how many were involved in that one. Looks like everyone's still on the lead lap. That's a nice little 26 lap run there. That was pretty good.
Start on the inside.
So we're going to restart right behind Parker Alexander in the 7. Maybe we can try to follow his line a little bit and learn something. Jake Goodwin in the 10. Brian reminding everyone about wheel spin. So it looks like I'm actually restarting right back in 11th where I was. That'll work out okay. Too bad, it's a shame that I lost those spots, but I think Parker for sure was faster than me on the long run, so it might be better to have him in front of me than behind me. Irrelevant man, how's it going?
I'm going to be taking it pretty
Yeah, man,
easy,
for sure, dude. Just, hang out, learn what you can.
Just don't run me
Bunch
over.
of good folks in chat. Chat it up. When we're green here, I won't be chatting with you too much, but welcome.
Sounds a good talk, man.
Feel like you like the stream, go ahead and drop a follow, and so you can get notified when I go live. I tend to go live around the same time every day.
Green. Outside.
Outside. You've just done a.
That was a
8.9.
bit messy of a restart there.
Clear high.
Clear.
Had folks scattering. Looks like they got it sorted out all right by the time they're going into 3, though. Some folks get super aggressive on restarts, others are a little more patient. I'll kind of play it differently depending on the situation that I'm in.
You're looking good for fuel. P11.
If I'm feeling really confident and want to gun for a win, I'll try to get more aggressive. In this case, I'm feeling a little less confident, particularly with the wheel spin on the restart, so I'm taking a little bit more conservative approach and trying not to get caught up in stuff.
Long ways to go.
The gap in front is now 0.4. You've just done a 24.6.
Jake is going for it, though, man. Look at him go. He's knocking on the door of a top 5. He's got Fauci in his rearview mirror now.
The gap behind is now 0.5.
Fauci's getting stuck up high again. Parker Alexander's down to the inside of him. Uh-oh. Jake sideways. Catch it, catch it.
Working the bottom.
Car down low. Clear inside.
Nice save. Nice save, Jake.
P10.
We're up into 10th place now.
It was my fault, but I couldn't tell where you were.
Guys are working on this 5 car that's been blinking all race now. I hate it when people are blinking like that.
24.7.
It's distracting, and then you're just constantly worried that the guy's going to blink into you.
The gap ahead is
Fauci
now
got a good
0.5.
dive on him going into 3. 5's going to race him coming off 4, though. I don't think Fauci's too happy with him. We're closing in on this battle, so now I'm right on the deck lid of the 14. Wasn't able to run him down last run, but I've caught him back up. I've been running a little bit higher line on this run, and that seems to be working for me. Getting better exit speed off the corners. I think this 5 is slowing up this group a little bit too, though. I would love to have that 5 car behind me rather than in front. Take a little bit higher. Entry into 3, get that exit off 4.
Tower position. Car high. Clear outside. That lap
Dive
was
it
at
in there.
4.9.
Oh, caution. Right when I was trying to make the move on him. All right.
Closed.
4 tires again. I'm going to get the tear off, I think. I want a little bit clearer windshield.
Get behind at 14.
Let me get that little speck off there. Mark Weichert.
The gap in front
The
is
16 looks like was the cause of that one.
29.1.
That was pretty good. Hey, Austin, how's it going, man? Yeah, dude.
Dropping off. Come on, you can do better than this.
Definitely need high-speed internet for this stuff. Well, we're going to have a shootout here now. It's going to be less than 20 to go.
Open.
Andy's managing to stay in that top 10 even with that bad connection that he's
Lead
got.
car's pitting. Engage the limiter.
The art of charging the line and then stomping on the brakes when you get there to avoid speeding. All the gamesmanship that gets played on pit road. There we go. I see my 12. See my signboard. Stop right on the mark. A little bit slow getting into the pit stall, but at least it was accurate. Got the tear off done already. Rights. Lefts. Jose's away. There goes
Let
Parker.
me go.
12.7. That's a good stop. Let's see where we sort out.
Pit exit's clear.
Should be right where I was in 10th place on this restart, I think. I don't know if we might have picked one up or not. Looks like the 3 might have gone for 2 tires, so I might have actually lost a spot there. Derek Norton was the one that I
All right, looks like you're going to be lining
got
up
past
behind
on
more.
pit road there, I think. Let's see, we got
All right, John, there's a car exiting the pit.
several guys a lap down now after that one.
P11.
19, 20, 21st, so we're up to, we got 18 on the lead lap still. Yeah, it's fairly quick. The thing is that just about everyone else got it. I might have gotten a spot, but I was kind of tentative getting into my stall. So I basically just held serve, which meant dropping 1 spot because of the 3 car taking 2 tires. Which honestly, that shouldn't work out too badly for him. His lefts are going to be at 97, 98%. So not a terrible idea on his part. I will be restarting in 11th. Got the inside on every restart so far in this race, so that's pretty lucky. It's definitely easier to get the tires hooked up on the bottom than it is on the top.
There's a car leaving the pits.
1 to go. You'll be lining up on the inside.
It's honestly
Just
pretty
done
cool
a
for me to be racing with the
119.4.
with the guys that I'm racing with. You know, Fauci, Parker, Alexander. Those are some those are drivers that I've spent a lot of my iRacing career chasing rather than racing with. So just the fact that I'm up there with those guys looks pretty good. Yeah, I'm right behind the blinker. Just to let you know, you're still blinking pretty bad. Hopefully it doesn't mess us up. There's another blink. Got Jake Goodwin starting to the outside of me. Jake and I have raced it. He was one of the first guys that I had as a friend last year running NASCAR Fixed. We ran basically the whole NASCAR Fixed, same split all year. So I always like racing with him. And he beat me on the start too.
P12. That lap was a 109.4.
Clearly I'm a little bit too tentative on these starts. Everyone else is getting a much better jump than I do. That dropped me back to 12th. Is that the 9 of Norton right behind me there? I bet it is. Yep. I knew that without even checking the relative. Just by virtue of him being the car that was jumping up there. Look at this pack of cars. Everyone's fighting. Jake slides up into the 7.
Clear high, car outside.
Now the 9's looking to my outside.
13th place, it's still there. That last lap was out.
Pump the brake.
He's still there. He's still there.
Oh, the 9's up into the wall. Hard racing. Trying to get a run on Jake again.
P12, that was 24.5. Lap times are improving, this is good.
Eric got the wall, but he's still fighting back. Got a good run off 4 there. Run the middle. Get that run off the corner. 9's going to have a run to my inside.
He's still there.
He washed it up in the...
Still there.
Oh, and he's lost it.
Lost
Uh-oh.
it. 24.7.
Is the clock 4? Spun out.
Now,
Really?
we might stay out.
The road's closed.
Kind of depends on what happens. If I pit...
Alright, looks like you're going to be lining
if
up.
I pit, I probably want
Headwind
4.
ahead is increasing.
Might change
It's
my
now
mind on that.
1.1 seconds.
But that was a fairly short run there. We only got about 6-7 laps. Honestly, pitting and getting 4 new shoes is probably the best strategy, although I might take 2. Actually, yeah, if I pit, I'll take 2. That's kind of the strategy if it splits. If some
Alright,
pit,
buddy.
some
Line
don't.
up behind the 10.
There aren't many cars on the lead lap behind me, so we'll kind of play it by ear. If a bunch of folks in front of us stay out, we'll pit. If everyone pits, I might... Yeah.
The leader's pitting now.
One guy staying out. Jake's staying out.
Activate limiter.
I'm going to pit and take 2. And see how this works. What's up, Rob Dog? How's it going? Hope you guys are enjoying this. The racing's been pretty frantic.
12.
Alright, 2 tires. Save a little time on the pit stop.
That's it, go!
I think everyone else kind of had the same idea. Although we are going to pick up a couple spots with that strategy. Come out right behind the 3.
Exit's clear. Push.
Got in front of...
You're fired.
Yeah, so...
Over the time, bud. 14-1. Fuck that.
Pick up a couple spots. Could have picked up a lot more by staying out,
Oh,
but
my 13.0
that would
was
have
bad
been
enough.
real risky. Got a pack of wolves. And the thing is, with 10 to go, you got to survive 2 restarts potentially. Whereas, so, yeah, you know, it's a lot of laps. I took a smaller risk, which will have slightly smaller rewards.
P9.
But that's gotten us up into 9th. We got a chance at getting a top 10. Still got the 5 right in front of us, although it looks like he might have... hopefully he's fixed his connection issues. We'll see. Gonna have Fauci and Parker Alexander right on my tail with 4 fresh tires. That's gonna be interesting. And Tyler in the 3, I know he took 4.
0.4.
It's gonna be an 8-lap shootout. If everyone stacks it up on the first restart, we will have another one, so it's really important to, if there is a wreck, hit the brakes and make sure that I don't get involved in it. Let's see. I think that I don't know if the 6 was up there before. It might just be 2 on old tires. 3 max. Michael guessed in the 1 definitely. I think he took 2, and there's a lot of guys who took 2 up front. I think the 3 took 4. So,
And 1 to go.
thanks, Byram.
According to my sheet, you should be on the inside.
I'm gonna pass him and just said, no, dude, Byram says it was okay. I can just pass people.
Your lap times are dropping off. Come on, stay focused.
See, the crew chief agrees with you. Alright, gonna try to make sure that I've got the left scrubbed clean. The temps will be a little bit different on the left-hand side. Just gotta try to get a decent start here. Not get run over. Been slow on these restarts, got to be a little bit steadier on the throttle and a little bit quicker. 5, you're still blinking. I don't even know if he's got his ears on.
Coming to the green here, bud. Get those
Here we
tires
go.
cleaned off, drag those brakes.
Take it a little easy.
Spun the tires a little bit. Parker's going to my outside.
Out
High, to yellow. Clear high.
clear.
Trying to
Just
hold
done
it
that. 109.5.
through 1 and 2.
Still there. Clear high. Got car high.
Side.
Got another one high.
Still
You're
there.
not clear, man.
You're clear
Clear,
outside.
clear.
All right. I don't know what that was for.
Fell back to 11th on that restart. Fauci and Parker got by me.
That was uncalled for.
Look at
there.
them, 3 wide up in front. Borgia was the one on the outside. He rolled out of it coming out of 2. That was probably the right call. Looks like the car in the middle was the one who got through there the best. I am still worried about this 5 car potentially causing a big wreck.
Spun around like a few times.
Going on the high side. Not only is he jumping, but he does have damage.
Inside.
5 laps to go.
Clear.
That means next flag will end this thing. Checkers or wreckers. Freaking 5 car, man.
Quarter outside.
Guy's a wreck waiting to happen.
Still there.
Too wide
To yellow.
outside.
Still there. That was
Outside.
24.8. Clear high.
Only outside clear.
Jake lost it.
Catch this guy.
10th place.
Tires don't mean shit here.
Tenth position.
All right. That's right, Jake stayed out. Looks like the other guy who stayed out, though, is making it work. Try to get back on the bumper of this 5 car and see if we can get by him.
2 laps left.
Not real happy
Just
about how he
done
chopped
24.6.
up in front of me down the straightaway there, especially given that he's been notified that he's blinking through the whole race.
The gap in front is now 0.5.
White flag.
Flag this time.
1 to go. Half second back.
Last lap.
Still a half second back. I don't think I'm going to get him. Yep. Oh, spinner on the right at the finish there.
P10. There we go. It's over.
I'll take 10th. That worked well.
Bad checker flag.
Whew. Nah, it definitely wasn't good to stay out.
All right, bud.
You saw what happened to,
Oh, I'm gonna be peeved after this one.
if I would have stayed out, I would have been in the position that Jake was. He sailed all the way back through the field.
Did we make it?
Repeat.
I think the 2 car managed to make staying out work for him. Was it Michael that won? Yeah. Nice win, Michael. Good job, man.
All right, man, you want to pull on that first one? Or are we going to make
There we
it?
go.
We're pulling in now.
That ought to be decent in terms of points. That was a 3.3 strength of field. Kept the car clean, 0x. Yeah, I know, man. Take a look at that here. That was just that was fun, hard racing. Though. That was some really good stuff.
From what happened, and that was just uncalled for by that one guy.
Yeah, what lap 15?
That was after the last restart. Number 9 put down inside. I tried to give us some room to get by me, but he wasn't clear. He goes up and attacks both of us in the wall. And I thought initially I thought he took me out intentionally, but it looked like he just got loose off the corner because he accelerated. He took me out of the race. Then he just had to disconnect.
I did give him a little bit of a bump there. He held it clean. So let's see. Here we go. So this is what he's talking about. Yeah, 15 doesn't get going at all. 9 car dives down low on him. Everything's good here.
Oh, that's why he disconnected. All his incident points are probably up. No, they weren't. How many, what's the max for here? Like 16 or something? 14?
It's 14 in A fixed.
Oh, well, he only has 10, so he must have just quit afterwards. So it wasn't because of max incident count.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm looking at it. There, you could have given him a little bit more room off the corner, but the second one where he came back on you, that's just him not having control of the car. I don't think there's any intent there.
No, I gave him the room. I gave him that room there. He put up into me. I think he probably just miscalculated or something. Thought it was going to be clear because he noticed me slowing down just a little bit. But the guy was being very aggressive.
Yeah, he probably thought, given how conservative you were on the restart, that you might give him the spot. I don't know. But there were, like, when I'm talking about room, though, it's when you race with guys like, you know, Derek, who are real quick, they expect you to go all the way up to the wall, and you still had a couple feet between your car and the wall.
If I think if I like gave him like a little bit more, I would have been in the wall. Like there was no way I couldn't be able to hold it up like further up. That's the thing.
Yeah, I'm just watching the replay. It's like, and I know what you're talking about because when I first started running these cars, it jostled me a little bit how close people run you, but you're barely into the shadowy part, and there is a little bit more space, not much, but just something to keep in mind for the future that, you know, the really fast guys are going to expect you to, they will take you all the way up to the wall.
I might look at it too. For the way it looked like, yeah, I understand what you're saying there, but I don't know. He looked like he was about to change into my lane after the entry. I thought he was going to do it like he was going to slide in, but he didn't do that.
Yeah, he might have been trying to get you to back out or something. I'm not sure. Just misjudged. That's a tough deal, though. Sorry that happened to you, man. See, I was slow on that restart, too. I should have restarted third.
I have to work on this restart. Apparently this is not going to be my favorite.
9 definitely came up.
I at least wanted to get something in before the time was out for next week.
Yeah, for sure. Alrighty. Yeah, it's the responsibility of the passing car to pass clean. I just know, you know, it really took me by surprise how aggressively the higher iRating drivers and how aggressively the experienced guys in A Fixed and an NIS race, and they will take that room. 110 points, that ain't too bad. That'll help out my average for the week. Back over 3,000 iRating with the 24 gain and gained 0.18 safety. And now, off to Martinsville